Am I going to cry on screen? No. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, you already know I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. And if this is your first time seeing my face, you're absolutely welcome, my love. Mara here. Kindly subscribe, okay? I always like to say stay subscribed because we have such a good time on this channel. I'm a Nigerian who is currently living and schooling in Canada. I love to make lifestyle content and immigration talks, okay? Just to help students and people that also want to move to Canada to sort of navigate through their processes. So you guys are welcome. I sound a bit chilled in this video because it's gonna be a chilled chit chat. I want to talk to you guys about like my experiences living in Canada for the past 16 months. The thumbnail says 1 year, but the goal is that I keep up with this. Maybe each year that passes by here, I'll probably do this type of video to just kind of like recap and talk about my experiences. I wanted to start this series at like 6 months, but that didn't happen. I feel like also this is a perfect time to make a video like this. It's a new year, you guys. Welcome to 2024 and happy new year to you guys. I wish you a prosperous and remarkable year. So everything I'm going to be talking about is strictly my experience, of course. So let's get right into the video. On the 17th of August 2022, your girl left Nigeria for Canada, and I want to say that that day changed my life. It really did change my life for good, I would say, but it hasn't been without challenges. It hasn't been without ups and downs. Even the decision itself to move here has met a lot of questions, you know, from me and my inner self, but I also think that it's for the good cause, and my experiences here had kind of like structured me and is still molding me into who I am becoming and who I truly want to be. If you haven't seen my travel vlog, I'm going to leave it on the screen or in the description box. Make sure you check it out. I have a bit of emotional moments there. One way that the decision to move here had, you know, the impact that I feel like it's had in my life has been tremendous, but one way that I'm feeling it and I'm seeing it and I'm experiencing it is in the area of rediscovering myself. But first, let's unbox this gorgeous bag from Faithkeybiz. Thank you so much for sending me this bag and for being the sponsor of this section of the video. I absolutely love this bag because it's so durable and sleek and so girly and so fashionable. Guys, I have a discount code which is Mara. Use that for an amazing 5% discount off all your purchase, okay? They sell the best dupe bags and other accessories, fashion accessories that I have ever seen on the internet. I kid you not. You can actually find any design, Gucci, YSL, Louis Vuitton, like just name it. Like I was literally confused when I had to pick a bag from the website, and this bag is bigger than I thought, guys. Like it's very small on the screen, but trust me, it's way bigger than that in real life, and I love it. Are we loving the bag? Yes, we are. This is the Dior saddle bag. You guys already know that this Dior saddle bag is in different styles, in different forms, okay? I decided to go with this one that has like this beige. You already know that your girl is a beige girl. I have bags, but I feel like I don't have this shade of beige. You know, I just felt like it would be a staple for me. I don't know if I love the box more than the bag because this box is cute. It has a longer strap, which I know you guys already saw me take that out. I am more of a short strap girl, so I'm gonna leave it like this for a while. And I mean, it also depends on where I'm going to. So like I already said, I'm going to have every detail that you need in the description box, okay? And the name of the website on the screen as well, so you can check them out and just enjoy, you know, dupe bags on a budget. And this smells golden. I don't know how the leather smells this nice. I was showing this to my friend DMC and she was like, wow, the leather actually smells nice. So I'm not capping. So you can find different designs, different styles, different brands from that website. And you guys already know that I love to get good things for like a good deal. Okay, so they offer you like designer standards for just a fraction of the money. It is worth every penny. If I have to get my friend's gift, I'm definitely going back to Faithkeybiz, honestly, because their brand just speaks volume and I love it. Moving to a new country, then I was scared. So let me take you guys back to why I said rediscovering myself. I was very scared. Like, a lot of people, my friends, categorized me or like had this impression of me of a very strong person, like go-getter. So when my friends were happy for me and like they had this confidence in me, but I was scared. I was scared of so many things. I was scared of the unknown, what I'm going to meet, how am I going to survive. I was really just scared, okay? But now thinking about it, I now think that those were not really fears. Those were actually those moments that I was actually passing through that phase of change, like actually just embracing the new me or the new life that was ahead of me. Okay, I had a lot of fears, but thank God I came to Canada. I was able to settle in quickly, earlier than I thought, okay? And I got a job, started working. It hasn't been easy, but it kept getting better. And right now, it's a lot better, okay? I'm in a very stable place. But the reason why I've said that Canada has helped me to rediscover myself is that, I mean, being in Nigeria where I had my families, all I needed to do was a call away or maybe just a travel away to see my loved ones and just to feel that love. But here, it's like hours away, okay? And it's not a journey that you want to take if you're not ready. So it's been so difficult navigating that by myself, no loved one, nobody, just having to rediscover yourself again. So it's been a journey. I am still on it, but I'm grateful to God. Another aspect that I feel like has really changed a lot for me since I moved to Canada would be God, okay? Since I moved here, I've always been a Christian girl. I've always been, you know, God's baby girl, like I would always call myself, because like God has been so intentional about my life. But you know, along the line, we always have, or maybe not me not say you will, but most of us Christians that we are born into a very strong Christian home, along the line we had like the time where we felt like we had walked away from God or like his wills for us. I had those moments, but moving to Canada kind of like made me to start discovering God for myself, because I felt like most of the things that I've done, or most of the things that also my work with God in the past had been influenced or inspired by people who in this case for me was my mom, okay? My mom would encourage me, give me verses to read, pray. I was just doing that because I know that as a Christian girl, I needed to do those. But now actually knowing God for myself, not having my mom here, but making the conscious effort to know God, to read my Bibles, to pray, to just really have an intimate relationship with God personally is something that coming to Canada made me, you know, get into. I had a relationship with God back home, don't get me wrong, but like it wasn't so close because I felt like that was my comfort zone. I had everything I needed. I had the people that I needed in my life. But here, coming here and having to do it all by myself, you know, I could remember God telling me that this journey is, I am in this journey with you. You need to bring me in. And at that point, I took the decision to really like make God the bedrock, the foundation of my life. Like, he became the source. He became like everything to me, and I can't do anything without him. I can't even like imagine my life going forward without God. So that's an area that I am really, really grateful to God for. I went into solitude. Like, I was just alone trying to just like talk to God and just rediscover myself again, and you know, get what is my purpose on earth, what am I really doing, right? And so God has really been, you know, helping me in that area. Another aspect of living in Canada that has really, it's like, I feel like is my biggest fear still, is just missing out on things that, you know, is happening back home, or things that happen back home. You know, it's a lot. Those parts is a lot. When I say it's a lot, sometimes I have this fear, like I'm like, okay, would I be able to even get to see my parents? Because I don't know where life is taking me to. And of course, like with the situation of where we are coming from, Nigeria for now is not really where I want to be. I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow, but Nigeria is probably not an option. I think someone had asked me that question in a video, if I intend to go back home. I was going to talk about it, but I'm just going to also talk about it now. I don't know, okay? I'm here for my master's degree. Like, I'm sorry if I didn't mention that. If I'm done and I feel the need to go back home, maybe I would. I don't know. But I have this fear of missing out on so many things happening back home, and it scares me. It really like scares me and gets me down sometimes. Like when I have to talk to my parents, I have to squeeze time to talk to them because of the time difference. I feel like I'm missing out on a lot, their aging process. And like when I see my parents again, would they like, how would they look like? Well, even when will I be able to? Yeah, so am I going to cry on screen? No. Oh my god. So it's being emotional. Like when I have to think about my parents and like think about my mom. My mom is my biggest inspiration. Like everything I am today, my mom. So like just the thought of when am I going to be able to see them and how would they look? Being that I don't even know what tomorrow holds, it's sad. And I think like practically, like this has been my fear, guys. This has been my fear, but like, you know, when you are scared of something and something like that happens. So I lost my grandma 2 months ago. At last week of October, I think 25th of October. Yes, I lost my grandma, and that was a blow. It's just like, I was like, yo, this is it. Like, this is definitely it. So am I just gonna live here for the rest of my life and not really see my family if I'm not able, if my siblings are not able to make it over here, or even North America or somewhere that like I can easily see them? Is this how it's gonna be? And I thought I was the only one that had this fear, okay? And so my other brother has also been away for a while, you know. He's been away for years. So, and we were talking and he told me that I thought I was the only one that felt this way. He told me that he really felt bad not being able to see my grandma. It hit me. Like, I would have loved to see her. Like, I would have loved to even do certain things for her. I would have loved to have that moment with her. So it feels sad. Like, this is someone I grew with. Like, my life, I knew her for the better years of my life before I went to the university. I fed her, cooked for her. I could remember cooking in the kitchen. We are gisting and all that. I'm just hearing that she's late. Like, I'm like, okay, like, so if I make it back to Nigeria, I'm not gonna see her. Like, it's weird. Like, at least if I was in Nigeria, I would have been able to maybe go back home or even see her corpse or like see her. But when she was even sick, and you just, I remember like I just walked out of work that day and I was going to class when I got the news. I was like, wow. I stood for like a minute, like on a spot. Like I just stood and like I just thought about my life. I'm like, wow. God forbid, like it could be someone else. Like I'm just gonna be here and just keep getting this type of calls. It's strange. So I feel like this is another part of living abroad that I particularly do not enjoy. She's gonna be buried. I'm not gonna be there. I won't know. You know, nobody, like it's crazy. But yeah. So I think this part of missing out on what is happening back home would be my biggest fear of living abroad, because you don't know what tomorrow holds. You don't know what's gonna happen. You're just in constant fear, right? And you just keep getting calls. Sometimes I get calls from home, my heart skips. I'm like, I hope everything is okay. So it becomes really hard when like time is measured in just a little, you know, moment of phone calls, video calls. Like I want to see my parents, like, you know. Another area where I think that I have really developed since I moved to Canada would be in the area of independence and freedom. All right, I've had freedom even while I was in Nigeria. I lived alone for a year before I moved to Canada. Okay, so I've had freedom. All right, and I would consider myself someone that had freedom but also did not abuse it, because there were just certain things I couldn't do by the virtue of my type of person and like what I believed in and like the values I had as a child. So I wouldn't really say that I lived a life that I wasn't proud of, but what I would say is that like the level of freedom that I have now, I'm miles away from my people and I could decide to travel and they won't even know. But if I'm in Nigeria, even if I'm going to anywhere, my parents are aware. As a matter of fact, I traveled to Ottawa 3 weeks ago. My dad wasn't aware. I mean, my mom was aware, but I didn't tell my dad, you know. So, but that wouldn't have happened if I was back home. And I feel like they would have been calling me, giving me like kind of support, but also with time difference. I was in the journey and like, it was almost like I was alone, right? Like I felt this, you, Amara, like, this is your life now, you just have to live it. Okay, so it comes with a sense of, you know, independence, a sort of freedom that can be negative and positive depending on how you handle it. Navigating that, I would say, has been smooth, but the only part that is not so smooth is just the loneliness that kind of comes with being independent, having that freedom, because sometimes it's like you have the freedom now, okay, what do you want to do? But another part of moving to Canada that I feel like in me, everything I'm going to talk about mostly here is going to be like self-improvement, because I've really improved. Like I've really improved. Like I see myself, like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm a go-getter. There is really nothing that I put my heart in that I don't get, like by the special grace of God, not me, but I work hard for my life. Another aspect is I feel like there is really nothing I can do right now. Because it's like I left my country, like I left my family, I left my life, I left everything I ever knew. But all of a sudden, I'm becoming like a baby. In learning how to do this, I had to start figuring out what worked for me. It felt like I outgrew so many things. Then I began this whole journey of like actually rediscovering myself entirely again. So I feel like there's really nothing I can do. Like I'm capable of doing everything, like and anything. And I also feel like why this mentality is very strong in my heart is because of who I'm working with, which is God. Like I feel like God has brought me to a point where I can literally like look at myself and tell myself, baby girl, there is really nothing you can do. Like you have it all. Like God has given me everything. It's given me the ability, the strength, the wisdom, the brains, everything. So like I'm in a phase where I feel like if I could travel from Nigeria all by myself, lived here for the past 16 months all by myself, doing fine by myself, man, I can really do anything. Trust me. Like that is just how I genuinely feel. And I know that a lot of people that also took this journey, that moved from where they had discomfort to a new place entirely, could tell you that they might probably feel the same way, that if I could do this, I think that bring it on. Another aspect that I feel like I've really developed a lot since I moved here would be like learning to say goodbye to things that really don't serve me anymore. I would say that all my life I've been a people's pleaser. That's what it's called, right? I've always wanted to please others. Sometimes I want to please others and just displease myself. And trust me, it also comes from a place of goodness. I am someone that just like likes to extend my hands of warmth, my hands of love to people. And I've seen that in so many occasions or so many times, like it never ends well. I understand what God says about it, and I'm not changing for nobody, right? I'm still that very warm, welcoming person that I've always been. But what I've learned is that I am not going to stay in a situation that I'm not happy about just because I want the other person to be happy. It has a lot to do with individuality. Like I'm getting to actually know myself and actually put myself first. Okay, if something doesn't work for me, I am working out of it. If a friendship, a relationship, whatever you call it, a situation, whatever, it's not working for me, I am working out of it, and I am working out of it with my head high, with my shoulders high, because I know what I deserve and what I do not deserve. Okay, so I've come to a place where I can say goodbye to things that don't serve me, to people that do not serve me, to situations that do not serve me. If it stresses me out, I cut it off. Anything that comes with any stress, I throw you out the window before the stress even manifests in my life. This is an area that I have come to, embrace since I moved to Canada. And another aspect of it is actually how busy life here is. I feel like we don't have time. People abroad do not really have so much time to, have a good life, enjoy, travel. Most of the time we were working. And so, like, the little time I have, I wouldn't be okay with, someone messing it up or someone just being there to cause me pain, to cause me sorrow. No. I'm not taking that. I am beginning to say no more, and no to me is a full sentence. If I say no to something, I do not necessarily need to tell you why I'm saying no. Another aspect of being here that, like, it's not so fun is actually keeping up with my former life. Honestly, when you move abroad, it's a new life. I'm not kidding. Like, if you don't have strong friends back home, trust me, you might not be able to keep such friendships anymore. I had a couple of like very close friends that I've been friends with for maybe high school, 13 years, or like university as well. Like I have friends. So like a couple of days back, or like a couple of weeks back, I actually began to miss my friends for real. Like, I began to miss my friends. I just wanted to be with my friends and just hug them and just chat and just be with my friends, But I just told myself it's not impossible. I had to just drop text for my friends. I'm like, yeah, this is how I feel. But like, we get past that. But again, another part of this that I'm grateful for my friends, like if they are watching, like they've been like the best friends, and because they understand. Like when I was back home, we would talk almost all the time. Me and Amara will share like 1,000 pictures with each other or reels or stuff with each other on Instagram, and the rest will just respond and just like have a good time together. But here, Amara will send me like videos and stuff on Instagram. I would not respond. And you know that it's annoying. Like, if you don't really understand the situation your friend is and you'll be like, I'm not sending her, maybe she's feeling so big. But she's been so understanding and she keeps sending, even till now. Like when I have time, I reply. But when I have time, I call her. We have our long calls. But we can't talk. Like sometimes I've not spoken to my friends in 2-3 weeks, and that's so weird and so strange. But the only good part about it was what I talked about building your own friends here and having your own community. As much as I'm not talking to my friends back home because of the time difference, because time does not permit us to talk as much, I am talking to my friends here because, number one, my friends here understand and they can relate to the struggles that I go through here. Maybe like work, school, they can relate because they live here. Okay, so I would naturally talk to them more. I talk to my friends back home maybe when I have a major news or like they need me or I need them, we talk. But it's really hard, especially when you have people that don't understand you. I'm so grateful that I have friends that really do understand the struggles. That will bring me to the end of this video, and what I want to say that if you were intending to live abroad or come to move overseas, it's not really bed of roses. It comes with some of these challenges that I've talked about and more. Okay, and it's gonna be like personified to you when you start experiencing them. I remember a friend of mine that moved and then like we weren't talking as we were. Like then I was like, I'm not happy we're not talking like that, but I didn't take it personal, of course. But I didn't understand the life here, but I was also like a bit disappointed I wasn't talking to my friend as much. But when I moved here, I picked up my phone and I apologized. Like, I'm so sorry. It's actually when you come here that you would understand this, because you never do understand. I love to say that people consider abroad to be the land of milk and honey, but in reality, it's the land of suffering and smiling. Like, people think that you have it all, maybe life is better. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to talk about, the positive sides of living here. I have a lot of that on my channel already. Like, there are so many positives and I'm grateful. I am still here. I've made a lot of achievements in this country and I'm looking forward to more to come. But I'm just almost like talking about the sad realities of living abroad that like people don't always see. you know, but we see the glory in it, but we don't see those sides. So it's a land of suffering and smiling, because there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of learning and unlearning, which you have to just keep going on with. And of course, it's a country where you can just do things anyhow. So just in case you have friends living abroad, just give them some grace, because trust me, the life here is not as easy as you think. It comes with a lot of change. And to my fellow people in diaspora, just, you know, just do it with grace. That's what I would say. Just do it with grace. At every point, just be grateful to God and always see it as a blessing to be here. Honestly, I feel like that's the angle where I look at it sometimes, and I find that grace that I need to keep pushing. Just always see it as a phase 2, right? Things would get better. You might be able to get your family here and just like have a good life the way you've imagined it, but it's gonna come with a lot of change for sure. So embrace the change and just keep your head high and just keep trusting God for the best. I know that there is actually no turning point. You've moved, except if you want to go back. If not, the goal for me is always like keep your head high, you know, just be inspired through the situation, through the obstacles. I feel like at every obstacle, in fact, when there is this obstacle in a particular phase of your life, is a season of change and transition, and those seasons are very crucial. And the thing about them is just being able to navigate through those seasons with grace, because it's gonna get better. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I intended for this video to be a very short one, but I can't help it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year again. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have a loved one living abroad, if they've shared some of their struggles with you and you're comfortable to share that, please leave it in the comment section. It might help a lot of us and the people that might watch this video. And if you are intending to move to Canada, US, diaspora, UK, anywhere, okay, do not be discouraged. It's a journey, and like I said, everybody's journey is not gonna be the same. Okay, so thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.